Move.
Yes.
Second.
All in favor? Excellent.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Did everyone get a chance to look at the minutes? They looked-
Yes.
And get back to Catherine, they look fine to me. Are we ready to approve them?
Look great to me.
Okay.
Yes, excellent.
Good
A
minute.
Vote to approve both the public and the executive session minutes.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Second.
all in favor. Thank you.
All right.
Treasurer's report. Lucy, did you say you updated it?
Well, yes, because we got a refund from Nancy Izola's medical bill, and that went right in. Shannon let us know that, so that was how it was updated.
Wait, you updated my report?
No,
Oh.
but I just knew that, we'd received the money back, so that was rather nice.
And is that, sorry, I'm trying to find the report. Is that reflected in the report that we're looking at this morning?
No,
It is. No, if it's in the checkbook, it's in there.
Okay.
Shannon would,
So
I'll go in the
check
checkbook and
wasn't
see. I believe-
received until yesterday. So it shouldn't
Oh.
be in the report. It should be in April's report.
Okay, good.
Okay. Any questions about the treasurer's report? I didn't have any.
Nope, me neither. They look good.
All right, motion to approve the treasurer's report.
so moved.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Okay. So new business, the first one on our agenda is the website review.
Yeah.
And I
I
took a look at it. I had a bunch of questions.
I had requested that because I had met with Shannon. She did a great job in updating the website, especially due to the slide we had with all the various tax relief programs. And she did a really good job, coordinating the two. And it also helped our website, I think, too, in general. So I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look at it or
Yep.
any comments on it.
I looked at it this morning, but I could not find that chart. And I didn't know if I was in the wrong.
So the chart is actually posted on the select board's page.
Okay.
And there's a blurb at the bottom of the page about tax relief and how if more questions are had, they could be directed to the assessor's office. But the chart or the update on the Hugh Cargill website that I did is, and I hope you all can see my screen, is this donations section. I had added that because, as you can remember on the chart, we added a sentence that said, for more information about donating, visit our website, and the website said nothing about donating. So I had to put something on there that directed people on how to do that. So yeah, if you have any suggestions on wording changing, just let me know. But I wanted to put something on the page so it made sense when people saw it for more information on donating on the other chart.
So I had comments in general about the website, but just in terms of that chart, which is on the select board's page, and I assume is being handed out at town meeting, which is next week, right?
So I don't think it's actually going to be that exact chart should be handed out at town meeting. I think if anything, we could do a handout about the Hugh Cargill tax relief with the information that's on there. But the reason why it wouldn't make sense to put that as a handout at town meeting is because the deadline for almost all of those Board of Assessor applications was April 1st. And it's April 11th. So I think that could confuse people, and they wouldn't have the opportunity to apply for these programs. So I think that could create more questions, especially for the assessor's office, than help potentially at this time. But we could certainly do the Hugh Cargill tax relief that is offered on a handout.
Then
Yeah, I think
we
Go
have
ahead,
to
Bob.
get that out pretty quickly then, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have all the information that's on that slide already that we could pretty much just do on
Okay.
its own handout. But I foresee that if we put the assessors programs on that are on that slide currently on the handout, that they're going to get flooded with questions about how to apply when the deadline has already passed. And unfortunately, they're really strict deadlines.
All right, I guess,
If we were going to all the trouble to produce something to hand out, don't you think we should also have, in addition to the tax relief part, the other part of our mission? So we might get donations from that and people inquiring about tax relief, and might as well include it all.
well, I was thinking of, could you just do what's on, pretty much what's on the website? Is that,
It's too much.
you think it's too much?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's too much
They
too.
won't read
I
it.
think we could, if we could, just, I think, take the information that is on that slide for the Hugh Cargill tax relief. And I also think off the top of my head, potentially, that the senior means deadline may not have been April 1st. And if
If
that's
you
the
could-
case, we could add that.
Yeah,
We could
Yeah.
add that too, and include a similar blurb about donations and how more information can be viewed on the website. But yeah, I think I and Mike Gibbons, who we know works in the assessor's office, expressed some concern about putting all of those other assessors programs on there when the deadline has already passed.
Mhm.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do anything other than our tax relief program, Hugh Cargill, I would say.
Yeah, and I can draft something up this week, and I know with the final slide, the committee had made a motion to allow Bob and I to work on that, and perhaps we could do something similar today.
But just
Is it-
sort of along the bottom, that we do more than tax relief, so that people.
All right. That's a good point. So,
I think that will work if Shannon, you and Bob put something together. If you send it around to all of us, we can't discuss it through email, but we can certainly
Right.
reply directly to you saying we like it. We can
Yep.
do that.
That sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. I did have a couple other comments on the website. One is that the charge link goes to our 2016 updated charge, but we actually updated it in November of 22. And I wondered if we could have a link to the updated charge that we worked on last
Yes,
year.
we can certainly do that. I'm thinking that maybe I didn't receive the charge. That was right around when I started
Yes,
assisting.
Yep, it's possible you
You
don't have it.
guys-
You want me to email it to you?
That would be great, and I can update that, and that's super quick.
And then the other note I made was, I wondered if people think it would be useful under related documents to add our annual report. So each year our annual report's available as well. What do you think?
Sure. Absolutely.
It's got a lot of really interesting information in it about our impact in the community. Okay. Do you have that, Shannon, the annual report? Because I can email that to you also.
I don't think so, because Donna had put together like all of the town reports.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be great, and I can add that too.
And if you could email that to all of us again, Elizabeth, the final annual report. I don't know where it's gone on I can't find it, so.
Yep, I can do that. I'm gonna add also to our calendar, updating these links each year, so we make sure that they get done each year, because it's really on the committee to make sure that that happens, and not on you, Shannon. I mean, hopefully you'll be with us forever, but when there's thinking about when there are shifts in staff, it's really on us to make sure that our stuff keeps happening. So I'll also add a note to our calendar. Okay. That's all I had. In general, I thought the website, it's a lot of words. And
It does have a lot of words.
yeah, and for me, it was the 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs at the beginning.
Mhm.
I mean, if you added the how to donate, maybe instead of the second and third paragraphs for financial assistance, and you may also contact, we could do how to donate and how to request assistance. We could have 2 sections. So we split up some of these paragraphs into their topics. That might make it easier to read.
You mean like add a heading above them?
Yeah, so it could be the very first paragraph, and then it could be the committee is responsible for administering the following funds, and then it could be how to donate, or actually how to request assistance, and then how to donate.
Okay.
So it's sort of a description of what we do and the funds we administer, and then how can you help us and how can you ask us for help?
Okay, got it. Yeah, because this can really be tailored to whatever the committee wants. This is just how it was when I started, and I'm not really gonna start editing things beyond, you know, the simple corrections, like once a new member is added and stuff like that. So it's definitely up to how you all want it.
Mhm.
Any other comments on the website?
I think you did a great job, you know, bringing those together. So that slide actually helped us to, and thanks to Shannon, that was great.
Yeah, I agree that the creation of that slide sort of resulted in a lot of great things. Thank you.
I have a question about that slide, because I had trouble finding it. I thought, this is really important. How am I going to find it? So I went under the select board's website, and well, I got the minutes and I got the agendas, but I had to actually search for it. And I wonder if it could be more prominently displayed on the town website, because it's very important. And, you know, people who would like this assistance really wouldn't know where to go to find it. You know, you wouldn't think of the select board. You'd think, oh, the assessors, or how do I find it? So it's just a point. You might ask them what.
Yeah, I think what I'm pretty sure how we decided the select board page was I think the assessor's office said, because the select board had drafted it, that they didn't think it was fitting for it to be on their webpage. And because it was like discussed at a select board meeting, so that's why it landed there. But I can link it to your page as well, or I can link maybe a more appropriate idea, whatever handout that Bob and I end up deciding on for town meeting, that can certainly be linked in related documents on your page too.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the general public, not even related to Hugh Cargill, but just, the whole chart itself is very.
Yeah, it's just difficult sometimes trying to find the proper home for documents on the website sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's true. I think this is a much bigger question because I think it's true of our town website in general, is that it's hard to find things.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. I totally
Yeah,
agree.
so, in that search bar, I wish I could say, how to get help with my taxes. And then it would give us a list of things like, you can try the assessor page, you can try the Hugh Cargill page, you can try but that's not how our website's currently designed.
No.
So
Yeah,
this
the
is
search function isn't that smart.
the other
right.
thing
And
about
yeah.
searching is that very often you have a good question and they refer you to something that happened in 2016. So
Right.
they don't have it current.
Yep. Overall, I think it would be wonderful if every area of the town, every part of the site had these links. So for example, that chart, that table could be accessed from the Hugh Cargill site or from the assessor site or from the, it doesn't matter, like just related documents. So that's an area on every one of the committee sites that could be really used more effectively. But like I said, this is a much bigger question. It's not really just the Hugh Cargill Trust
Right.
Committee.
Yeah, I know. It's
So,
definitely something that we've been discussing internally too, because I think what the main problem is that there are so many committees and departments, and there's one person that's generally responsible for updating that page. But also what makes it challenging then is each page sort of has a different format. Like it's because it's all different people doing it, the formatting of things aren't consistent, and that makes it hard, definitely from a user perspective.
so is that something that you're involved with, Shannon? Is the discussion with other parts of the other departments on our website? Like, is there, where does that live?
That's more of Donna's role as the communications manager, but certainly when the town manager's office is having a discussion, I have a few pages that we say that I'm responsible for, like your page and the select board page. And so I'm in the discussions and in that amount, but otherwise across the whole website, that's a little out of my reach.
Okay, but the things that come up for us that you know about,
Yes.
you end up having
yes.
an opportunity to bring it up somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, all right. I think that's enough for us, is to just update our site with the things that apply to us, and then let you know of things overall that you can just take forward to someone else.
Right. As much as you guys have suggestions for things to be on the website or edited, just shoot me an email and there's no problem with that.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. For new business under tax relief, we had chatted briefly about, and I put on the agenda for a little bit more discussion, the idea of having a separate median value limit for the condos.
I talked with Mike Gibbons, just as a reference on the senior means tax exemption that, that's available for seniors. And there is no criteria. That I brought that up because I saw there were two different values. One was for condo and one was for the single family residential ones. And Mike said they're not doing anything with that right now with the condo versus a single family, home. So I'm suggesting that right now we stay with, not trying to restrict that at this point, unless somebody has a big objection. I think if we had a lot of applicants, that came in, we might want to consider it, but right now I think we're able to handle, with the funds we have. And I'm not sure like what's going to happen in the future, but right now I feel like we're okay. Just keeping the way it is.
Well, I'll say that we do have a lot of applicants in general who live in condos. And, I always said, Elizabeth, I always wonder about that, because they are kind of separate, but I
Yeah.
think they should have equal consideration if,
No, well, the issue was before, like somebody in a condo, their expenses may be a lot lower, and they might not need a help with somebody that's really in need. It just could with the circumstances, but so we don't have any cutoff right now for condo. A condo is considered just like a single family home, the median.
okay. Well, some of the people do have needs who live in condos.
No, I'm not saying that, Lucy. What I'm saying is that there's no criteria right now, so I recommend that we just stay the way it is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Bob. The main distinction, I mean, so a single family home at the limit, which I think is like 800 and something thousand, right? 812.
Yeah, we just raised it, but
815.
Okay, so that home in the form of a condo is a considerably it's not the same. It's not the same. An 800 something $1,000 condo is quite a bit more comfortable or has more whatever than a single family home. However, it's because it has fewer of some of the amenities that a single family has. So for example, you don't have a private yard, or you might not have, that's the main one. And the condo has a condo fee. So there is an additional expense that doesn't happen with a single family. So I think when you look at all the differences, if you only look at the assessed value, you're sort of missing the whole picture. And I feel like it's a wash. I feel like it makes sense to leave them all together. I think if we're starting to have issues around our own resources, the trust's resources, that we would look at a variety of different ways to address that. Primarily, let's see if we can increase donations to cover the needs of the people who are asking for our assistance, rather than start saying, well, the condos should have a different value. So I actually feel overall we shouldn't be changing that distinction between a single family and a condo. But that's
I get it.
anyway, my 2 cents. So we'll leave it the way it is. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think we need a vote on that because that's not a change.
Right.
Okay. There was some interest in talking about support to the residents of the Best Western, the folks who are being placed there by the state. The intention is for temporary housing, but there's no requirement that it be temporary housing. Like people don't get kicked out after a certain amount of time. So, we may receive requests from folks who are living there. I don't know if we have actually had maybe one. Does anyone feel, have any concerns about these new citizens, these new residents of our community, in terms of the Hugh Cargill Trust?
My feeling about it is that I think we should just watch it carefully. I think Bonnie Wilbur will let us know if there occasion arises where we can be helpful and figure out how we can step in as these people are Concord residents. But I don't think we need to chase it. I think we'll let her let us know. She's very busy working with them, and I'm sure she'll be in touch when the time is right. So I think we should just let it be for now. I know the churches are doing a lot. I see a lot of them walking down Elm Street carrying huge bags all the time. So I don't know what they're carrying, but it's a long trip from the grocery store.
I think I agree, Lucy. I think we would be working with the town, the state, the social worker will all know more than we do how we can help there and what other resources are available.
Not all are Concord residents either, I don't think. Right? There's some where busing I see to different towns or from there, from the Best Western.
Well, that's the issue, Bob, is the fact that they are living at the Best Western make them Concord residents.
Mhm.
That's the question. And if that, by the virtue of living in Concord, they are Concord residents, then they can apply to Hugh Cargill.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not sure if they are considered residents
Well,
of the town. That's the
Yep.
question.
mhm,
Aren't the prisoners are considered residents, aren't they?
Mhm.
In the,
yep.
so
I
would
think they are, yeah, I think they are considered
Mhm.
residents of town. In some circumstances, the children might be continuing at the schools where they were before, because that's just what's considered best for their well-being, but that doesn't change their residency.
I mean, I don't know
Fair of
either.
us.
I'm
And
not-
I don't think we should, I think we should just let it rest for now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Wait.
I agree.
And
And
when asked, we'll work on it then.
we do take our lead often from Bonnie. I mean, she is our point person. So I agree, we should just continue to work with her and take her guidance. Okay, great, thank you. Existing member reappointments. So I found out that my term is up at this meeting as well. And that, so Shannon just explained that with a vote from you and my request to be reappointed for another term. So that was why that was on the list, on our agenda.
Oh, you, okay. We want,
So I need to be reappointed.
we don't want to lose the chair, a co-chair here.
Okay,
I vote to keep. Always involve the committee.
all right, yes,
Second,
Hi.
thank you. All right, I'll coordinate with Shannon and with the town clerk to make sure that all gets taken care of. So continuing business, we talked about the town meeting handout. Shannon and Bob will work on something and send it around for us to basically see and approve. And the member opening. So, and I'm going to I've had a very busy month. I actually, my heating system broke and I don't have any hot water. So I'm a little preoccupied with house stuff, but I seem to remember that Catherine, did you offer to take the treasurer's role?
Yes, I got a new computer. I'm setting it up this week. I'll get Excel on it next week, and Dina will have to meet. We'll get together.
Okay, I'm leaving town, leaving the country, May 5th.
Right, it will
next-
be, yes.
And so I'm got a lot of compression on all of the work that I am doing. The best way to do this would be when we have a new treasurer's report. And that comes the beginning of each month. So I suspect that the best way to learn how to do it is to actually do the treasurer's report for May, which means I have to get it from Shannon ASAP at the end of April. And she's been really good about getting it to me that way. So I think that's the best.
Okay,
And then we'll have the report for May. I will also be out of the country in June, but you know, I might be able to help you with that one as well. And now you
right,
see
and
why
I
I'm-
know, and we may have to go a month without I mean, it may take me a little while to get this at a timely way to the thing, but I will work on it.
So I think we do the same with Catherine. We vote to appoint her to the role of treasurer. Is that correct? Or is it something that's just a, nope? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I will just thank you very, very much for taking that on. It's important.
I think
Um,
Catherine probably did some soul searching after our last interview because we had such a great hour with Hester that, you know, I think Catherine probably thought a lot about it, right?
Mhm. So,
Great. And I just want to shout out for Dina. Thank you so much for having done it. And all of the corrections, the updates, the streamlining. I mean, you took something on that was a bit of an administrative challenge. So I just want to appreciate that very much, Dina.
Yeah,
You're all very welcome.
I second that. But I'm a little disappointed she's leaving the country though, right after these reports.
It's okay. It'll all work out.
Mhm.
Just kidding.
Okay. So tax relief update. Bob?
Yeah, we have 2 new applicants and they certainly seem qualified, and I'll discuss that in the executive meeting.
Thank you.
So that would bring the number up to 60 now with the 2.
So I actually skipped one part on the member opening. So we had 2 applicants and both were awesome. And one decided that it wasn't a good thing, good fit for her right now. So we have one applicant who is also awesome, and I thought we would just chat about her appointment. Lucy or Catherine, do you want to give us a quick
Well,
update?
what I would say is Catherine and I spent about an hour with Hester, and she really admires our mission. She enjoyed watching. I didn't know if she'd be here today watching. She did not want to be a treasurer. And so she said, let me know if, you know, you would like more information. She did sit on the Housing Authority for 5 years, I think her term was. And she said it was not fulfilling, but the good thing was she was very loyal and did it to the end. And she said the problem with it was they would talk about whether the linoleum was broken in an apartment, and they mainly just dealt with problems like that. And so it didn't have to do with, you know, important issues like how to help residents and changing policy and all of that. She loves our mission. She's smart. She has her own blog. She's worked for a long time raising money for Beth Israel, and she's a cancer survivor and a cancer specialist, and her husband's head of cancer at Beth Israel, one portion of it. And she has lived here a long time, doesn't know a lot of people because she's been working full time in Boston. And she's trying to find something that has meat on the bone so she can really dig in and enjoy more about contributing to the town. What would you say,
Right.
Catherine?
yeah, she's an oncology social worker, and she has a private practice as a counselor. She had looked through our website and different things on the Hugh Cargill Trust, and she had suggestions about language. One of them was there's something about deserving citizens. And she pointed out that that is really kind of pointed language that we should not be using. So I think that she has experience in social work. She also, at Beth Israel, they had a fund that she raised money for and administrated, getting financial help to people who were coming to the hospital for oncology. So she has experience in, making awards from a fund to needy citizens. I hope I'm using the right politically correct language, but I think that, and Lucy, afterwards, Lucy and I talked, and Lucy thought she might be someone who would be able to look at our committee from, out a bit to see how we're structured, what we're doing, and how to best use the talent that we have on our committee to further the mission. So I think she has experience that I certainly don't have. And I'm not sure, from a different institution, I think it could be really good to bring her on and sort of set that as something for her to do to begin with.
And take over your role as.
Yeah, and I will be passing off, would like to pass off the minutes.
The clerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, I think
Yes.
it's a great stepping stone to start as clerk. I think to ask somebody to step in as treasurer is kind of overwhelming. And clerk is a great way to contribute and learn at the same time. So she sounds fantastic.
She's
She really does.
delightful. She was great
Yeah.
company, very nice personality, lovely, just really.
Yeah.
We
And
enjoyed.
committed to Concord. She has, are both of her daughters in West, anyway, she has grandchildren in West Concord. So she will be in Concord, and will be her base, and she cares about it, so.
Nice.
That checks every box. Okay, so
Oh, and I asked her,
I'm
one
sorry.
time I asked her if she had filled out a green card, because I know how strict the town is, and she said, oh, yes, she did that a long time ago, so.
Yeah.
Not for this committee, because it's such an old green card, but anyway, she's certainly motivated and would like to do it.
I think she'll have to be sworn in by the select board if we agree. Yeah.
So for
and I-
the nomination, you guys would just send me an email confirming that you want to nominate that person, and I would CC Terry on it as the select board liaison. And Terry, I would say, typically likes to give them a phone call or something and just chat, make sure that she's comfortable also nominating the person, and then the appointment goes through with the select board.
Okay.
Okay. Well, she'll be very happy.
Who's sending the email? Is that?
I'll take care of it. Once we nominate her,
Okay.
I'll send the email to Shannon.
I might.
And
let
to
her know.
Hester?
I think I'm gonna just let her know that.
Yes.
Well,
Catherine and I are letting her know, because we're the ones that spent time with her.
That'd be wonderful.
do we have to vote? I guess we have to vote on that.
If someone would make a nomination,
I nominate Hester to be a committee member beginning in May.
Second.
I second.
all in favor?
I
So I will send this to Shannon today. I don't know the schedule for the select board, so it may be June, not May, but it doesn't matter. Okay, great, thank you. That is it. That is our agenda, unless there's anything else that somebody wants to bring up before we close.
it's a couple of the minutes I just noticed were like from 22 to 20. I don't know, it's probably too late on the agenda, but And then the next meeting is, looks like it's May 9th instead of April 11th.
Oh, thank you.
And up on top where the minutes from March 14th is 22.
You're right. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I'm surprised we missed that all.
I'm surprised
you,
I
Bob.
missed it.
Thank you. All right, a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved?
All in favor?
All right.
Great. See you in a few minutes.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
we'll see you
Bye.